I say I don't drink, but just to take part, I gon' have a lemonade for a start. Varsity is fun. Yes. It unites everyone.
Join us on Radio Toko 106.7 FM every Wednesday from now till 20th April as we celebrate world music pioneer Aldwyn Roberts, Lord Kitchener, the Grandmaster. Radio Toko 106.7 FM in collaboration with the Kalypso Collectors of Trinidad and Tobago present Kitch at 100 Kitchener Kalypsos A to Z. Every Wednesday from now till April, we will be highlighting songs in alphabetical order from the discography of this great pioneer of world music. Join us from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. each Wednesday as we celebrate Kitch at 100 Kitchener Kalypsos A to Z right here at Radio Toko 106.7 FM. A breath of fresh air in support of community, creativity, and culture.
There once lived a man down in Trinidad, the Lord Kitchener, music superstar.
Bro, our business is natural gas, but our purpose is energy, and the future of energy is green. After 46 years of creating exceptional value for our people, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited has a bold new vision to lead TNT into the era of clean energy, an age where solar power work alongside natural gas to power our nation and our aspirations. We are investing today to build that sustainable tomorrow. With unstoppable energy, we are NGC.
Lived a man down in Trinidad, the Lord Kitchener, music superstar. He sang from his heart through his calypsos, and so with his craft, yes, he made us laugh. Some say there was trouble in Arima from the time he left his mother's womb. He made every soul a dreamer. When his music stepped into a room, that's why
the world will remember Lord Kitchener. The world will remember Lord Kitchener.
Yes, the world will remember Lord Kitchener. 'Cause when you're blessed with the music, brother, you can never die alone.
Lord Kitchener, Lord Kitchener.
Look, raise up yourself from day. Now it's time to break away.
Lord Kitchener, Lord Grandmaster.
Say pick up yourself from day. Time to do a Kingole. A master of song, a historian. Commoners and kings heard this griot sing. He brought to the music a majesty, a new way to see and feel a melody. From Manchester to Miami, Port of Spain and Kingston too, to the throbbing plains of Ghana, Africa. He did spin a heady brew for you.
The world
music. You can never die. Oh, Lord Kitchener, Lord Kitchener. Look, raise up yourself from day. Time to jump and break away. Lord Kitchener, Lord Grandmaster. Say, pick up yourself from day. Time to do a jingle lay.
In 12 place, I see that shaking she demand for more. Like she rent a tile on the people floor. She started to smoke in front of me. She sniffed coke like nobody. Yvette, why you like to smoke? Mama, it's carnival time. Darling, why you sniffing coke? Mama, it's carnival time. It's better you drink a little champagne. Mama, it's carnival time. The coke and the smoke will add to your brain. Mama, it's carnival time. Jumping, whining, drinking, smoking. If you see the fat, I never seen nothing so crazy yet. Man look like woman, woman like man. You have to be present to understand. They love enough, they hold it tight. They never stop throughout the night. Even what you see in this, mama, it's carnival time. Look at the danger, look at the risk, mama, it's carnival time. Anybody could buy a ticket, mama. You don't even know who you're dancing with. Mama, it's carnival time. Jumping, whining, drinking, smoking. She face and she tell me no. Look at the time, it is 5 to 6. Your father gon' pepper your tail with licks. Tell him that does not intend to leave the vet until it ends. Yvette, why you make me shame? Mama, it's carnival time. All the neighbors calling your name. Mama, it's carnival time. Following friends and getting misled. Mama, it's carnival time. Me and your father can raise me head. Mama, it's carnival time. Jumping, whining, drinking, smoking. Mama, it's carnival time. 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 Mama.
music.
Now don't start to go. Drunken sailor man. All them things they say can't stop me from jumping.
When I start to whine, I have no control.
Carnival, baby.
The carnival fever is in me soul.
Carnival, baby.
When I hear them pan like a born insane.
Carnival, baby.
Carnival blood running in me veins.
Carnival, baby.
I will tell you, this about to mention. In 82 is no exception. I don't play me man in the very way. I don't care a blast what the people say. I go straight wrong, I go wind down. If I fall down, it's me nature.
Now they start to go. Drunken sailor man. All them things they say can't stop me from jumping.
The whole of the country is calling me
Carnival, baby.
because I conceive in February.
Carnival, baby.
Don't pressurize me, it's me mommy say.
Carnival, baby.
She pick up with me on Carnival Day.
Carnival, baby.
Waiting very patiently. They're planning to scandalize me. I am not the first and won't be the last. So the more they curse, more I play the man. I'll be jamming, I'll be waiting from a Tuesday to a Wednesday.
Now they start to go. Drunken sailor man. All them things they say can't stop me from jumping.
When I start to whine, I have no control.
Carnival, baby.
The carnival fever is in me soul.
Carnival, baby.
When I hear them pan like a born insane.
Carnival, baby.
Carnival blood running in me veins.
Carnival, baby. Carnival, baby. Carnival, baby. Carnival, baby. Carnival, baby.
They say the things you do live after you. Molly, I'm sorry for you if it's true. You left your family for the longest while, forgetting that you ever had a child. Oh Molly, how could you be so hard? Can't you see your action is too bad? Oh Molly, oh Molly. Your attitude was somehow mean and low. The trick you played when you wanted to go. You left a note saying you buy Uncle Prince. Mysteriously, no one has seen you since. Oh Molly, how so hard. Oh Molly, how your action is so hard. Oh Molly, your action is so hard. Ah Molly. Is not for want of a shilling or two, nor was it worries that confronted you. You can't deny you always had the best with every earthly thing at your request. Oh Molly, how could you be so hard? Can't you see your action is too bad? Ah Molly, ah Molly. Darling Molly, have you ever thought of a child named Molly without your mother's love? You left him there and you went out to roam. Let's hope your conscience would chase you back home. Oh Molly, how could you be so hard? Oh come, can you see your action is too bad? Oh Molly, ah Molly, oh Molly, Molly,
Lord Kitchener, Lord Kitchener, the Grandmaster. There once lived a man down in Trinidad, the Lord Kitchener, music superstar. He sang from his heart through his calypsos, and so with his craft, yes, he made us laugh. Some say there was trouble in Arima from the time he left his mother's womb. He made every soul a dreamer. When his music stepped into a room, that's why
The world will remember Lord Kitchener. The world will remember Lord Kitchener.
Hey, lovey, honey, only with the punch. All them have right to stop we whining on stage for carnival. What do you want me to do?
Well, let them talk. I have 1 minute to hit them this carnival and then know them
Don't
love it.
mind them, all of them playing in safe, man.
No bother with that.
Nice. We young and we massive.
Young girls say, give me a chance. Too many people criticize the dance. Young girls say, give me a chance. Too many people criticize the dance. They say how we vulgar. They say how we rude. We come from the gutter. They say how we crude. They say they just don't like the way how we behave when we dance on Carnival Day. The more they talk, the more we whine. The more they squawk, the more we grind. We nice, we young and attractive. We hip, we strong and we massive. So tell them, grinding is the name, jamming is the game. It's no bacchanal, but it's carnival. East, west, north, south. East, west, north, south. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Lean wheel, 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 lean wheel. The very folks who are all you say, they do the same thing in a different way. On Thursday Eve, they secretly stop. You see them creeping to a paper shop. They buy in the mirror and buying it up fast. They buy the love paper, they bomb the heat and the blast. It's obvious they get their kicks that way. So why they should vex when we whine on Carnival Day? The more they talk, the more we whine. The more they squawk, the more we grind. We nice, we young and attractive. We hip, we strong and we massive. So tell them, whining is the name, jamming is the game. It's no bacchanal, but it's carnival. East, west, north, south. East, west, north, south. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Lean wheel, 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 lean wheel.
And a pleasant good evening to all. A pleasant good evening to all listeners on Radio Toko 106.7 FM. And hello to you, Krabby. How are you going?
Good night. I'm good. I am good so far. Good night. I'm good. I am good so far.
Great.
So far.
Great to hear you. And of course, this is Kitch at 100. And of course, it's A to Z. We're going through the discography of the Lord Kitchener. My name is Andrew Williams. We'll be going until just after 10 this evening. It's now 8:33. And we have with us Miss Jasmine Simmons, who is the director of the Heritage Library at NALIS. And she'll be here to give us some information on what's happening at NALIS as it relates to the 100th anniversary of the Lord Kitchener. Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, good afternoon, good night, in fact. Oh, good afternoon, good night, in fact.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. We also have Pink Panther with us as well. Pink Panther?
He stepped out to come back.
Yeah, we're gonna.
He stepped out to come.
Oh, he stepped out. Okay, great. Miss 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 Simmons, it's a pleasure to have you with us this evening. Um, and I know you have some information to share with us in terms of the Kitchener Museum. Usually at Rama Palace, it's now at the rotunda of the National Library, NALIS, and it runs from it's on as a matter of fact. So let you give some details on what's happening in terms of that.
Well, we have been privileged to link with Reno Rama and Miss Valerie Green to get some unique pieces from the Reno Rama exhibition. That is still at the museum, but we have some portions that we have received from their home at Reno Rama, and we are celebrating Kitchener's 100th birthday at the NALIS Rotunda at the Port of Spain, the National Library of Trinidad and Tobago in Port of Spain. It is a wonderful exhibition that features pictures of Kitchener, about his life, pictures of him with famous people like Jupiter and um, and some notable persons. We also have within the exhibition a golden record. I mean, if you see this thing, it is so pretty. It is given to him by Charlie's Record Shop in New York to commemorate the sale of over 500 copies of Sugar Boom Boom records. So, you're muted, Andre.
Those oh I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get this. I Lloyd, maybe I think you
Still a bit muted. So,
yeah, you hear me now. I hope.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And
Okay, I'm sorry about
right,
that.
yes. That's
Maybe
okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
Right. That's so this
Okay.
exhibition runs from the 3rd of
Exhibition
March
runs
from the 3rd to the 18th of April. And that's when we actually celebrate his birthday. So the exhibition is there. There's a little biography about him. There is some memorabilia that we received from Reno Rama. And we also have within the space some videos playing that are about his music and about his life as well. So this is just one of the things that we're doing. And on the 19th of April, the day after his birthday, we are having a panel discussion to discuss his life and the contributions of Lord Kitchener. So this plans to be a very exciting. I heard today that we confirm Mr. Pink Panther as one of the persons. Oh, it was suggested that he will be one of the persons on our discussion. But we have Dr. Rita Pemberton, Dr. Gordon Roller, and Rudolph Utley as part of the panel discussion. So it will be an exciting time.
time.
Not hearing.
Andre, mute back yourself.
Aldwyn, back yourself.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be back here now. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yes.
mean both. You hear me?
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that we look forward to that as well. I know that you are also um, um, airing some of this stuff on your social media sites and so on. So tell us about that as well.
Yes, on the social media sites, on our
Yes.
Facebook page, on NALIS HLDTT. You would find the same exhibition as well being rotated on the Facebook. And so we would also intend that on the panel discussion will be held via Zoom as well. Hopefully, we might be able to have it live, and so that people will be able to participate no matter where you are. We are catering for the secondary school students, even researchers, or anyone who is interested in the work of Lord Kitchener. So we really would like it to reach far and wide. So we've chosen for the option of Zoom, and so that people will have it on board, and we will have it as well streaming on our Facebook page. Now, this Facebook page, especially the HLD page, is filled with exciting stuff for anyone who is interested in the West Indian information or anything about Trinidad and Tobago. So we look forward to you to join us. It's at the NALIS Facebook /NALIS HLDTT. You're muted once
The
again.
exhibition opens
You're muted once again.
The exhibition opens at what time? What time does the exhibition open on a daily?
The the exhibition is already open. It opened on the 3rd of March, and you can come to the library at any time between 8:30 and 5 o'clock, Monday to Friday at 5 o'clock, and 9 to 2 on a Saturday.
Okay, great. That's great. So, of course, Kitchener memorabilia on show at the rotunda of the National Library in Port of Spain, and folks can. What about? Let me just ask you before we continue about taking it to the east. Was that one of the things that you thought about in terms of taking it to his hometown kind of thing?
Because we are now connected throughout Trinidad and Tobago by Zoom. We don't actually have to physically be within the space to be able to go there and to do the exhibits. And so we hopefully that those from the east will be able to join us in. They can look at it on NALIS Facebook page, on our virtual portal, and they can also join in on the exhibition. We would appreciate that even now as we are loosening some of the reins from COVID, we are able to open up a little bit more easier to more and more people within the library, so that once again we'll be having large exhibitions move to different spaces across Trinidad and Tobago, not only in the east. So for right now, we want to be doing it virtually and incrementally, because we want to make sure that people continue to be safe. But there is also stuff in the future that once we have space, especially within our Riemann library, that we can always continue to showcase the physical elements, as long as they would have it, as they would give it to us to showcase. They would give it. There is a possibility that we can take it to different locations.
Okay. Evening. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing some of that stuff at the National Library as well as online. So thank you very much,
Yes.
Mr. Simmons. Thank you very much for being with us.
You're very welcome. I just want to continue to encourage to come into the national libraries. All our libraries are open. All our public libraries are open. The Heritage Library is open, and you can come to the Heritage Library to do your research. You can sit in comfort. School children, researchers, heavy researchers. You can come in and make use of the information. They are one of a kind, original work that you would not get anywhere. Especially, you can see some of the records, the original vinyl records that holds Lord Kitchener's work as well. Just come in and have a seat and share with us. You can also just get in touch with us on Facebook, and you can also just call us at NALIS, especially go to our website at www.nalis.gov.tt. So thank you so much for having me tonight.
You're you're welcome. Thank you very much again.
You're welcome.
A to Z, and of course, Coco 106.7 FM.
I have a strange feeling, something unusual. People just waiting to jump up for carnival. I have a strange feeling, something unusual. People just waiting to jump up for carnival. I know it's a bit confusing and puzzling to you. Why it is I get that feeling just out of the blue? If you really want to hear, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna tell you loud and clear the reason for saying so. Christmas Eve, darling, people like to dance. New Year's Eve, Mama, they dance and they prance. Something about Eve that'll send the people crazy. So imagine what it would be for the eve of this century. Mama, when the woman get out the hand and start to dingole on the man, it's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. They don't want no substitute, I'm afraid, not even the fire brigade. It's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. They could bring a helicopter to spray, but that wouldn't work on Carnival Day. It's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. Well, my prediction will sure come to pass if you won't see action. Early Monday Mass, it's an occasion no one want to miss. It's a tradition we cannot resist. When you see that Eve obsession get hold of the brain, it's now they gonna show the emotion like they're going insane. From now on is rent and rave and through the canal. This is how we all behave, the eve of a festival. Christmas Eve, darling, people like to dance. New Year's Eve, Mama, they dance and they dance. Something about Eve that'll send the people crazy. So imagine what it would be for the eve of this century. To introduce water, it makes no sense because the heat will be more intense. It's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. And if even the rain start to fall, the rainwater won't cool it at all. It's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. Well, they could bring an extinguisher, but that and all will be a failure. It's only a Chinese fan to cool the heat in the band. I having me fun, I go jump up too. Just like anyone, I just visualize. I inside a van, jump into the sky. With some man, woman, with all of them I would grieve. If I didn't join the nation, celebrating Eve. And if nothing interrupt, you could bet your pal, it gonna be the best jump off in the history of Carnival.
Christmas Eve,
Darling,
people like to dance. New Year's Eve,
Mama,
they dance and they prance.
something about Eve that'll send the people crazy.
So imagine what it would be for the people of this century.
Mama, when the woman walk up the waist, you're feeling a vibration in the place.
It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band.
The way they whining up to the beat, it's causing the whole band to overheat.
It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band.
So you don't want the heat to expand, well you have to bring on the Chinese fan.
It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band.
It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band. It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band. It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band. It's only a Chinese fan, so only he's in the band. It's only a Chinese fan.
And that's, of course, Chinese Fan from 1999, arranged by Leston Paul from Vintage Kitch. And, of course, this is Kitch A to Z here at Radio Toko 106.7 FM. This evening, we're dealing with the letter C, as you would have realized. We started off with Carnival Time, 1984, with Kitchener, arranged again by Leston Paul from the Simply Wonderful, The Roots of Soca album. Then it was Carnival Baby from 1982. Authenticity was the name of that album. And of course, Leston did the arrangement. Come Back Molly from 1968, arranged by Ron Berridge from the Playmass with Kitch album. Cardinal Points from 1990, arranged by Leston Paul from the Musical Explosion album, and Chinese Fan, arranged by Leston Paul, 1999, like I said earlier. Radio Toko 106.7 FM. Let's take a message from our good friends at the National Gas Company, and we're coming back with much more. Zeno Constance and Leston Paul should be joining us in a bit right here, as well as Pink Panther. So stay tuned. This is Kitch A to Z, celebrating the 100th birth anniversary of the Lord Kitchener here at Radio Togo 106.7.
Our business is natural gas, but our purpose is energy, and the future of energy is green. After 46 years of creating exceptional value for our people, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited has a bold new vision to lead TNT into the era of clean energy, an age where solar power, green hydrogen, and biofuels work alongside natural gas to power our nation and our aspirations. We are investing today to build that sustainable tomorrow. With unstoppable energy, we are NGC.
And of course, this is Radio Toko 106.7 FM. And it's Kitch A to Z as we celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of the Lord Kitchener here at Radio Toko 106.7 FM. We're moving along, working alongside the one and only Selector Krabby. Special good evening to you again, Krabby. And of course, we're going to 1966. And this is some Kalypso Kitch, the album. And it's called Cat Party in the Sky. Listen very closely to this story in this particular song. Lord Kitchener.
A sky party was given deliberately to kill cat bird's biggest enemy. All the birds in the tongue, they all
Yeah, but I
agree.
don't know
Let him
how
some
that,
feathers,
so
let
I
him
leave
fly
it as
to
it
the
is.
journey. But when they reached to a certain height, poor cat nearly faint with fright. Kobo say, I ain't want no row, cat. We want the things that we learn you know. Meow. Cat say, I ain't think you acting fair. Fowl say, it ain't me invite you here. Goose and ducks start to laugh, quack, quack, quack. We want all we feathers back. Parrots start to talk in parable, making cat feel more miserable. Some people really give me the headache. They like to give but to receive, they cannot take. Cat say, it is me you mean, Mr. Parrot, you ain't got to rub it in. Parrot say, I don't talk me thing, and who the cap fit, they could draw the string. Cat say, I ain't think you acting fair. Fowl say, it ain't me invite you here. Goose and ducks start to laugh, quack, quack, quack. We want all we feathers back. Bluebird vex and talking in a rage. Cat will attack you even when you in your cage. If you fly round a house for a piece of bread, cat waiting like a shark to snatch your head. He eat me young and he suck me egg. No use he grumble, no use he beg. We gon' make him an example and give him a taste of his own medicine. Meow. Cat say, I ain't think you acting fair. Fowl say, it ain't me invite you here. Goose and ducks start to laugh. Quack, quack, quack. We want all we feathers back. Dr. Bird says my sweet ambition to pass sentence on cat that hooligan. We fooled you with a bogus guy party. You didn't know that this was your destiny. Give me them feathers immediately, and it's up to you with your return journey. You could jump if you is expert, but remember you is 10,000 miles from Earth. Meow. Cat say, I ain't think you acting fair. Fowl say, it ain't me invite you here. Goose and ducks start to laugh. Quack, quack, quack. We want all we feathers back.
Oh, yes. What a story. Cat Party in the Sky from Lord Kitchener, 1966. Fantastic. It was quite a story there from Kitchener, Cat Party in the Sky. Let's go to 1967. And this is part of a single. It's Cricket Champion. And it's the other side of the record was Don't Come Back No More. But we'll play that when we go to D next week. So Cricket Champion 1967 from Lord Kitchener as we continue, courtesy the National Gas Company. This is Kitch A to Z on Radio Toko 106.7 FM.
Cricket at its best, at Lord's the second test. It is set by everybody, it's the greatest in history. Well, it was war with two countries, England versus the West Indies. What a miracle, with the champions doing the impossible. England must understand, we are the champions. So Bascante and hit them, Bodo, 2-4. England must understand, we are the champions. Beaufort follow one, hit them, pout out, 2 more.
England broke our heart. We had an awful start, making his debut. Carew was out for 2, then it was 3 for 53. We made a great recovery. Their bowling was fine, but we reached 269. England must understand we are the champion. So Bascante and hit them Poto, Cooper. England must understand we are the champion. Hope come back and hit them Bloodo, 2 more. Was just the first. The second inning was worse. England bowlers start to shine. They had us 5 for 9. But just as decided victory, we presented the Cousins family. After being behind, we declared at 369. England must understand we are the champion. So Bas come back and hit them Toto, 2-6. England must understand we are the champion. Hope on carry and hit them Bodo, more licks. As England went into bat, 4 wickets stumbled flat. The Queen with a grandstand view saw Milburn to the rescue. Britney started gardening, every ball he panicking. Mommy, what's the score? It's England who's struggling to get a draw. England must understand we are the champion. So Bascare and hit them Poto, 2-4. England must understand we are the champion. Beaufort come back and hit them Bodo, 2 more.
And of course, we want to take a little time out to acknowledge the passing of Sonny Ramadan. And he was one of the other, he was involved, he was named in one of the other cricket calypsos from the Lord Kitchener. If you remember the Ramadan and Valentine, these 2 little pals of mine, Ramadan and Valentine. Sonny Ramadan was a West Indian cricketer and was a dominant bowler of the 1950s. He was the first of many West Indian cricketers of Indian origin and one of the 5 Wisden Cricketers of the Year in 1951. He was born on May 1st, 1929 in Trinidad and Tobago and died 2 Sundays ago, February 27th, 2022. And he used to be an off-break bowler, and he was a right-handed batter. And his last test was on December 30th, 1960 versus Australia. He passed Sonny Ramadan, but there is at Palmis in San Fernando, Palmis Park, a statue of Sonny Ramadan, and of course, he's immortalized in the song from the Lord Kitchener, these 2 little pals of mine, Ramadan and Valentine, what as the line of the song goes. This is Kitch at 100. And of course, we are going through the discography of the Lord Kitchener, Aldwyn Roberts, Grandmaster. Special good evening to you and yours wherever you are. And of course, I'm seeing that Leston Paul has joined us. Good evening to you, Mr. Paul. How are you?
Good evening to you. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay,
you hear
great.
Me? Okay.
Yes, definitely. We're hearing you.
Okay.
It's really nice to have you here. And of course, I know from the early 80s, you'd have worked with the Lord Kitchener continuously.
Yeah.
I think the first time I encountered you was at Shark Studios with the Mighty
Mighty
Duke.
Duke. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
actually,
wow.
yeah, there was a guy, a friend of mine who used to work at the Ministry of Works down at Sealots, and he went. He had a song that Duke did a voice on, and you were there in the studio at that time. I clearly remember that
Oh yeah, back in the days, boy.
back in the days, Shark
Back in
Studios.
the days, yeah.
Great. So, Leston, we played a number of songs of Kitchener, and the credits, the arranging credits, Carnival Time, Carnival Baby, Cardinal Points, Chinese Fan, and so on. Leston Paul, tell us about working with Kitch and well, let's start from the beginning. The first encounter with Lord Kitchener and how that came to be.
Well, I was working with Swallow, and I did a couple of things for Johnny King also. And then when I got the opportunity to work with Kitchener, it was like a dream come true, you know, because I always respected him, I always admired his work. I've been listening to him since I was small,
right?
You know, and to be able to work it with the Grandmaster was like, it was such an honor, man.
Yes,
it was unbelievable.
So what was the process when you and Kitch were in the studio? I could well imagine.
Well, he very articulate musically, you know. He has a sharp ear for pinpointing notes and
right,
observing what kind of harmonies he's using. And he was very particular too about the horns interfering with the melody.
Oh, I see.
And that was a technique that that I learned from him. Now, there are ways and means of doing that, and you could always override the voice, but listening to the vocals as the focus in the production.
Right.
You know, there are things that you can do to enhance the vocal with the horns, but not
Right.
really interfering with it and not really overriding it. So he was very particular with that, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's get back into some music. We're gonna go to Chinese Never Had a VJ Day from 1956 and come back and chat a little more about Kitch with Leston Paul. He's on the inside this evening. We're expecting Pink Panther to come back in. He was with us a little earlier. So
Okay.
the Chinese Never Had a VJ Day. Victory over.
Try and remember the 10th of October. Just try and remember the 10th of October. Some kind of Chinese memorial ended in a real Monday carnival. Some people got a brain and the Chinese people in bond up for a spin. Hey-oh, come down here. Like Ugly, I love here. Hey-oh, oh, come down here. Chinese never had a VJ day, oh. Hey-oh, oh, come down here. Like Ugly, I love here. Hey-oh, come down here. Sleeping in the car show, in a dream I hear in a echo. Pocket she not sleepy, but the Chinese have me bazodi. I jump off me bed when I feel the heat. I bounce up a van across in your street. I nearly dead with laugh. I find myself in the arms of a Chinese crowd. Leo, bump down the air. Like Googly, along the air. Leo, oh, bump down the air. Chinese never had a DJ Leo. Leo, bump down the air. Like Googly, along the air. Leo, oh, bump down the air. This I want to mention a joke with a Chinese lion. Big men frightened like fire, thinking it's a true lion come from China. Just by a mistake, the lion roared, done dropping bass on a saxophone. People got misled, it was a Chinese playing mass in a lion's head. Leo, come down the air, like Googly, Loxier. Leo, oh, come down the air. Chinese never had a DJ Leo. Leo, oh, come down the air, like Billy, Loxier. Leo, come down the air. This was disagreeable. I can't understand we people. The boys cry out they hungry. Chinese decide to take us a chingly. As soon as the waitress bring the dish, the guy had missed deep a slice of fish. I didn't forget to hide. They make every black Chinese go outside. Leo, come down the air. Like Googly, Loxier. Leo, oh, come down the air. Chinese never had a DJ Leo. Leo, oh, come down the air. Like Googly, Loxier. Leo, oh, come down the air. Oh,
Chinese never had a VJ day from Lord Kitchener in 1946. And of course, we also know it as Lai Fook Lee. Indeed. Leston, that sounds like Ron Berridge.
Yeah, that's definitely before my time.
Yes, I know. I know. I was just, I was just asking if you recognize the styling of the music. It's definitely Ron Berridge there with backing up Kitchener on Life of Lee. And of course, the story is about 10-10 Day that is celebrated in October. And of course, the very humorous lines down inside there when they brought the dish with the fish. Someone stole a slice of fish, and of course, he had to hide the face, and all the black Chinese had to leave. If you understand, all those who were too hakwai, as they say, in reference to the melanin, right? So, Life Oakley, 1946, Victory 46. This is Kitch at 100. We are going through the discography of Lord Kitchener, Grandmaster Aldwyn Roberts. And of course, we are here with some help from the National Gas Company, Unstoppable Energy. Let's take a message and we come back with Carnival is Bacchanal from 1993 from the Longevity album. It's just on 13 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock.
TNT. Our business is natural gas, but our purpose is energy, and the future of energy is green. After 46 years of creating exceptional value for our people, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited has a bold new vision to lead TNT into the era of clean energy an age where solar power, green hydrogen, and biofuels work alongside natural gas to power our nation and our aspirations. We are investing today to build that sustainable tomorrow. With unstoppable energy, we are NGC.
Carnival ain't good. It must have a little scandal, that's the way it should. It's always dissatisfaction with differences of opinion. The more bacchanal is the sweeter the carnival. Palm makers, I understand, suing aloes and the watchman.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
She says she lawyers would like to know why they're calling she name in Calypso.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
One play can't see how they get beat. They want to see the judges call sheet.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
The only thing to satisfy me is to change the judges entirely.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
The crowd disagree. Man, they make a big confusion with the NCC. They didn't like the decision of the Silver and Calypsonian. Things went haywire as the judges run for cover. Mural say the judges get paid to throw out desperate and rainy days.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
The people then get so furious with venom they put on Exodus.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
Looking for sparrow everywhere. Suddenly the man disappear.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
The body opening and flying, they waiting to pull down the line.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
All you must be done. How on earth you want to put me in this stadium with 40,000 spectators, a band with 5,000 rebels? What a massacre! We go stay in the savannah. So you see where it's bound to have commerce for carnival to be a success.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
Why the lawyer go down to meet his spouse? He need a jab inside the house.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
And the tourists jumping in Woodford Square, old man sleep she and disappear.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
Babies whining in Wasafet, they live gone with Chihuahuanet.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
Commotion, Carnival Tuesday. The crowd gather around a woman, why she tingle it? They say this is teen, it must be the wine a woman from Granby. When they get to know what a tourist they whining so, the tourists jump in the brew, Franco Mendel singing too.
You must have bacchanal if you want a good carnival.
And the good they singing in harmony, singing sweeter than you and me.
You
remember the sessions on this particular album from 1993? Any memories of that album? I'm not hearing less than properly. All right. Of course, this is Radio 106.7 FM, and of course, we are going through the discography of the Lord Kitchener, Aldwyn Roberts. You were saying something?
Yeah, I think it's something is wrong with Leston. Probably me need to come out and come back in because he's singing very distorted. Not hearing anything he's saying. Mr. Paul?
Oh, okay. I'm now hearing you.
Okay.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, good night.
Okay, great. We were kind of hearing you muffled. I was asking if you have any memories of working on this particular album from 1993, Longevity, and of course the story with the happenings in terms of the connection between Carnival. You must have some kind of bacchanal, or else it's not Carnival.
It's Carnival, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That album was what year? 1993.
That was 1993, actually.
Okay.
Longevity was the name of that particular album.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of making the taxi brains.
Well, so much work that I did throughout the that some of them.
I just thought that maybe something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not hearing so good. It's dropping.
Oh, it's
the broadband kind of narrow these days. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So you hear me back? Properly now?
Yeah.
All right, great. I say I'm making the taxi brain.
Taxi brain. Yeah.
Let me make you work so hard tonight. Another song that we have on the list tonight, Among the Seas, because there are many songs that we played on the A and B that you appeared as in the credits as arranger. Another one of those songs is Cover Me from no, not Cover Me. Just now, 1 second. Let me read my list properly before I put my foot in my mouth. All right, Cover Me, yes. Reflection of a Legend. 1997, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do that and come back and chat a little bit and wrap up in terms of your connections to Kitchener. So let's go to 1997. Reflections of a Legend is the album, and the song Cover Me.
Cover Me. Okay.
Yes.
Have some etiquette. I am warning you, Kitchy. All night you pulling the coverlet. From the time we get in bed, you keep pulling it like a crane. And you know once you rest your head, I ain't getting no cover again. Kitchy, why you pulling the cover?
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Oh, have some sympathy for your lover.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
If you continue this behavior,
cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, well you sure to give me pneumonia.
Cover me,
boy, you know it's your duty.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, you promise to love and protect me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Making a mistake and you blaming Kitchener. Darling, between sleep and wake, you just pull off your own cover. I don't want to cover you, but you don't like being interrupted. And knowing you as I do, afraid you get vexed and ball me up. It still didn't make any difference.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yeah, she still continue with she nonsense.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
It seems as though she couldn't be bothered.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
All she wants to know she's covered.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
In the morning,
cover me.
In the evening,
cover me.
When it's raining,
cover me.
When it's snowing,
cover me.
Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, you promise to love and protect me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
I'm so sorry. Only now I realize I had blamed you wrongfully. I sincerely apologize. In future if I'm sleeping bad and maybe exposing my body, Kitchy, I'll be more than glad if you could quietly cover me. Kitch, can't you hear the rain is falling?
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Oh, and a cold, cold breeze is blowing.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, well this is the time to cover me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
To make me feel cozy and comfy.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
In the morning,
cover me.
In the evening,
cover me.
When it's raining,
cover me.
When it's snowing,
cover me.
Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, you promise to love and protect me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Glad you claim my name. We will have no more dispute. I was really feeling shame. Thank goodness you talk the truth. Now I will do just what you say, and I promise I will be true. Next time I see you this way, I'm making sure that I cover you. Kitch, is nothing hard for you to do.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Oh, I don't think I should be begging you.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, you don't have to burn much energy.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Just to throw a blanket over me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
In the morning,
cover me.
In the evening,
cover me.
When it's raining,
cover me.
When it's snowing,
cover me.
Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, you promise to love and protect me.
Cover me, Kitchy, cover me.
Yes, folks, that is the mighty Kitchener opening the hour of 5 o'clock.
Oh, yes, indeed. Wow.
Yeah,
Kitchener and cover me, yes?
Yeah, man.
Listen, and he was the king of Dublata. You know, I mean, listen to that song. It's well coached, as they say.
Yeah.
Well coached.
Yeah.
As, you
He
know,
was a master of that craftsman.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. 1997 was the year. Leston Paul was the arranger. I'm glad to have you with us, Leston. In terms of the music today, 2022. Let's go off on a slight tangent. What are your thoughts?
I think the music today, nothing is really wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what happens though is that there are a lot of good music out there. There are a lot of guys who doing some nice things, but I don't think that they get the recognition, because back in my time and before, the announcers used to mention the arranger, the producer,
Right.
the writers, the whose part was recorded, the background. But now, when they play a song, nobody
They
gets
mix it.
credit but the singer.
Oh, indeed. Indeed, yes.
So you don't know who it is produced the
Yes.
song, who arranged the song, and a lot of I was telling an engineer friend of mine yesterday that I got famous really from the credits on the radio station from the announcers,
On the right.
because they used to
because
mention
Mhm.
they used to mention everybody that did the
The arranger.
arrangement. But now
Right.
there are a lot of good music that you don't know who did the arranging, and I don't, and that is kind of sad. Maybe we live in a
It
modern world,
is.
so that maybe it's being modern. I don't know, but
And the thing is that it's. I think I don't want to go. I don't want to go further up on my soapbox, because I can go there quickly. But it's just that people they tend to not do enough research. Some people in the industry, the radio industry, I'm talking about now, and certain things, a lot of people tend to think that it's passe to give information. In some cases, people think that is old time radio, but it's so important, because regardless of if you're in 2022 or 1952, radio is about informing,
entertaining,
entertaining, and educating. So,
yeah,
but that is what it is. What it is, because I mentioned some time ago. Late Glenn Antoine said, so many people they are on automatic, so they just switch on the mic and think that things will happen. You need to research, especially in an era when you have at your fingertips, information.
Information at the air.
Yes, yeah, your fingertips. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll get back to people taking a little time to research and stuff like that. But
But they don't have much research to do, because we're living in a world where everything, as you rightfully say, at your fingertips. So they don't have to really dig deep to
in
research.
an encyclopedia or whatever.
You understand? Yeah.
The easier it gets, the harder it gets, I guess. But Leston, in terms of some of the work that you did for 2022, I understand you were involved. I'm not sure I stand corrected. Triple G was one of those. Tell us some of the work you did this year past. Taste of Carnival.
Okay, well, it was really a taste of Carnival, because it wasn't really much work. So
I like that.
so you got
Yes.
you got a Triple G.
Leston? Kind of went off there for a little while. Krabby, give me a little bit more of that 1997 cover me, and let's see if we get Leston back in. Thanks.
sleep with me, you must have some etiquette. I am warning you, Kitchy. All night you pulling the coverlet. From the time we get in bed, you keep pulling it like a crane. And you know once you rest your head, I ain't getting no cover again. Kitchy, why you pulling the cover? Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Oh, have some sympathy for your lover. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. If you continue this behavior, cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, well you sure to give me pneumonia. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. In the morning, cover me. In the evening, cover me. When it's raining, cover me. When it's snowing, cover me. Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, you promise to love and protect me. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Making a mistake and you blaming Kitchener. Darling, between sleep and wake, you just pull off your own cover. I don't want to cover you, but you don't like being interrupted. And knowing you as I do, afraid you get vexed and ball me up. It still didn't make any difference. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yeah, she still continue with she nonsense. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. It seems as though she couldn't be bothered. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. All she want to know she's covered. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. In the morning, cover me. In the evening, cover me. When it's raining, cover me. When it's snowing, cover me. Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, you promise to love and protect me. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. I'm so sorry, only now I realize I had blamed you wrongfully. I sincerely apologize. In future if I'm sleeping bad and maybe exposing the body, Kitchy, I'll be more than glad if you could quietly cover me. Kitch, can't you hear the rain is falling? Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Oh, and a cold, cold breeze is blowing. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, well this is the time to cover me. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. To make me feel cozy and comfy. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. In the morning, cover me. In the evening, cover me. When it's raining, cover me. When it's snowing, cover me. Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, you promise to love and protect me. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Glad you claim my name. We will have no more dispute. I was really feeling shame. Thank goodness you talk the truth. Now I will do just what you say, and I promise I will be true. Next time I see you this way, I'm making sure that I cover you. Kitch, is nothing hard for you to do. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Oh, I don't think I should be begging you. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, you don't have to burn much energy. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Just to throw a blanket over me. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. In the morning, cover me. In the evening, cover me. When it's raining, cover me. When it's snowing, cover me. Kitchy boy, you know it's your duty. Cover me, Kitchy, cover me. Yes, you promise to love and protect me. Cover
Yes, folks, that is the mighty
Hello.
Good night, Mr. Paul.
Yes, we're back.
Yeah, what happened is that my phone discharged.
Oh. So
hello?
So you're back with us.
Yeah, Mr. Paul.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Are you hearing me?
Yes,
yes, we are. Definitely hearing you. Okay, great. It's just on 19 minutes before 10 o'clock. And of course, the lesson we were talking about, you know, some of the songs, the selection that you worked on during this past Taste of Carnival. And you said it was just a taste because the job just wasn't that much this year. So I know Triple G was one of those songs. Hello? Crab, we seem to have lost him again.
Yeah, seem to have lost him again, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's continue with some more music, and let's go back to the cricket song from 1964. 18 minutes now before the hour of 10 o'clock. And this is Radio Toko 106.7 FM. And we began celebrating the Lord Kitchener on the 23rd of February. And we're going straight down to the 20th of April as we celebrate this music legend. And Leston is telling me that he'll be back in soon. So let's let's continue with some more music. We get back to Leston in a little bit. Let's go to 1964 on the cricket song from Lord Kitchener. We're celebrating him from now until April. Let's go. Cricket song.
England was in trouble from the very start. Holland mighty Griffith really broke their heart. At 100 miles per hour, they made the ball flight. The Englishman ball umpire, we appeal for light. Ball Griffith, don't stop at all. Ball Griffith, give him back the ball. Ball Griffith, Sobers and Hall. Ball Griffith, bring Gibson on. Murray broke the record at 20 years old. Everybody vote him the best in the world. They mention great wicket keeping, but nothing like that. They say he's an acrobatic human tiger cat. Ball Griffith, don't stop at all. Ball Griffith, give him back the ball. Ball Griffith, worry not all. Ball Griffith, yeah, bring him down. To win the headingly, that was England aim, because we were justling with the points the same. Dexter continued with spinners, Warren went for speed. With the pace of Hall and Griffith, man, we took the lead. Everybody, Ball Griffith, don't stop at all. Ball Griffith, give him back the ball. Ball Griffith, so Buzz and Hall. Ball Griffith, and bring Gibson on. Last test at the Oval, there we had some thrill. 10,000 West Indians waiting for the kill. Colonel Hunt gave them a century, and I had a share. We actually cruised to victory, 8 wickets to spare. Everybody, Ball Griffith, don't stop the ball. Ball Griffith, give him back the ball. Ball Griffith, Warren and Hall. Ball Griffith, bring Gibson on.
Kitchener. From 1964, that was the cricket song, and of course, cricket song. And he was backed up by the RCA All Stars. Yes. We're going now to 1991. And, okay, we're going to see if we can get back Leston on the line.
Go ahead, Andre.
Oh, okay. I heard you calling. Let's go to 1991, and the album was The Honey and Kitch, arranged by Boy Mitchell, same person who did 12 Bar Joan for Lord Kitchener. Camera on You, and the ladies' behavior, similar to Cardinal Points and so on, that we played earlier. Same topic in terms of the way the ladies Lego, as they say, around Carnival time. 1991 was the year. The album Honey and Kitch, Camera on You. Boy Mitchell, arrangements.
It's not what you do, it is how you do. Revelers is true, listen what I am saying to you. It's not what you do, it is how you do. Revelers is true, listen what I am saying to you. Carnival is carnival, you must take a wine. But to avoid the bacchanal, just do it refined. We know you must show your motion when you feel the pace, but use your discretion, darling, when you shake your waist. Careful what you do. Around you. The world is looking at you. Around you. Remember you want the TV. Around you. And everybody is going to see. Around you. What's your content and your movement? Oh, what's your content and your movement? Be careful when you on stage. Around you. The press gon' put you front page. Around you. What's your content and your movement? What's your content and your movement? You don't have to move like you are a nun. When you get improved, mama jump up and have your fun. You don't have to step like you can mash hands. When you feel the pep, like a Creole, come out and dance. You come out to break away, mass is your own thing. Regardless of what they say, you must have your fling. One favor I'm asking, I'll appreciate when you start your whining, darling, just be moderate. Girl, careful what you do. The world is looking at you. Remember you want the TV. And everybody is going to see. What's your content and your movement? Oh, what's your content and your movement? Be careful when you on stage. The press gon' put you front page. What's your content and your movement? What's your content and your movement? There is nothing to it. People should be free to play their mass the way they see fit. All this carrying on is only a past. Long before we born, people whining and playing their mass. So Carnival 92 is no exception. Revelers will continue with their gyration. They could bring restriction, they could rearrange, but this old tradition, darling, they could never change.
Shake and jump around, shake and dance around, make your money round, but watch the camera.
Girl, careful what you do.
The camera on you.
The world is looking at you.
The camera on you.
Remember you on the TV.
The camera on you.
And everybody is going to see.
The camera on you.
What's your content and your movement? What's your content and your movement? Be careful when you on stage.
The camera on you.
The press gon' put you front page.
The camera on you.
What's your content and your movement? What's your content and your movement?
The year was 1991, and of course the arrangements from Boy Mitchell, and of course the Connie and Kitch was the album. Camera on You. Let's say a special good evening to Zeno Constance. How are you going?
Yes, I reached little late.
No, you are late.
Rehearsals for the kitchen.
You still have about 9 songs still to go, man. Or you reached rehearsal late? Oh, all right.
No, that was on time. We now finished. Yeah,
Right,
we had
right,
some new
right.
parts that I know written in, so I didn't want to give them a guessing about
Right.
what it is.
Right. Important, very important. And of course, we're talking about the Road Make to Walk, a play by none other than playwright Zeno Obi Constance. And it's based on the life and times of Lord Kitchener, Grandmaster Aldwyn Roberts. And of course, it's performed by the Faizabad Connection Theatre Company. I think I have it right, right? Good.
Very right. Theatre Company.
Very right. I like that. Yeah. So I was talking to Leston Paul a little while. I don't know if you heard some of it.
No,
and
I
we
didn't.
spoke about.
Came after that.
Yeah, he was telling us about the fact that Krabby. I don't know if Leston. You can see if we get Leston back in for a bit. If you can. Yes. So he's telling us about working with Kitch and the kind of energy and so on that existed in the space when they were working together. I know he started working with Kitchener from the early 80s. Like I had to I reminded him of when I first encountered him at Shark Studio, working on a song with the Mighty Duke back in the day. Yes, indeed. So the Camera on You, Boy Mitchell, 1991. Carnival or Races was in 1978. And another arranger who would feature a little later on in the other songs that we about to play. Ed Watson did the arrangements on this particular song. It's taken from the album Melodies of the 21st Century. I'm guessing on that album would have been the song Pan in the 21st Century would have been on that album. I think I remember hearing Yes, Pan in 21st Century was on that album. But you get the P as well. So many Kitchener songs to play still as we continue. So let's go to Carnival or Races from Kitchener. 4 minutes now before the hour.
Carnival or racing, that's the big question. It concerns all ages of this great nation. It was told to the CDC, they couldn't get a stand till February. Carnival is severely hit with the steel band getting the worst of it. If they want that good advice and they want the thing run nice, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the horse to run and they want to have their fun, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the road to cease and they want to rest in peace, it's imperative they should calm down. The steel band come to a conclusion. Whether right or wrong, no stand, no racing down. This was a suggestion by the CDC. We would like possession by the 3rd of February. The 12 club went to consider while they waited on an answer. Well, the nation was so surprised when they tell us plain they couldn't compromise. If they want a good advice and they want the thing run nice, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the horse to run and they want to have the fun, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the road to cease and they want to rest in peace, it's imperative they should calm down. The steel band come to a conclusion. Whether right or wrong, no stand, no racing down. Here is where the steel band is going to suffer. Not having the North Stand will kill Panorama. And with the tourists coming in fast to hear the pan men and play the mass. Government must be now content to face up to this embarrassment. If they want a good advice and they want the thing run nice, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the horse to run and they want to have their fun, tell them it's ain't no trouble with steel band. If they want the road to cease and they want to rest in peace, it's imperative they should calm down. The steel band come to a conclusion. Whether right or wrong, no stand, no racing down.
Oh yes, Carnival or Races is a choice. And of course, those were the days when there was horse racing at the Queen's Park Savannah. Those of us old enough or young enough to remember the days of those wooden barriers right around the Queen's Park, the grounds where the North Stand is, or the paved section that we use as the parade ground for the annual Independence Parade. Yes, and of course there was a row between the racing authority and of course Pan Trinbago, I guess, and CDC or is it NCC? I think it would have been CDC back in 1978. Yes, so Carnival or Races.
The thing is, though, that Kitch was a fan of both, so I don't know how he chose.
The dichotomy, yes, that, yeah. Yeah, because he was a racehorse owner, yes.
All of that. So and yet he chose, those probably steel band.
He said, so, I like the if you want the route cease and you want to rest in peace. I like that line. Kitchener, man, I tell you. And of course, if you're just joining us, don't forget you can tell your friends outside of Trinidad and Tobago they can listen on to us on www.radiotoco.com or also on Radio Garden. Just type in Radio Toco 106.7 FM, and we're nice and clear and clean and strong on those platforms. So you can share it with your friends. There's a link on our Facebook page that you can share for the website as well as the Radio Garden feed. So you can join us wherever you are in the world. I was going to make a joke, but maybe some of our friends out in Ukraine can or even in Russia can listen a little Kitch Calypso and maybe calm their nerves a little bit. It's all about love. Let's stop the war, as they say. 1978. Let's continue now. We're going to 1971 when, well, as you know, as you refer to it, that period as the roaring 70s in, do you know? Okay.
Taken from Valentino's Calypso, roaring 70s.
70s, yes.
Yeah. I firmly play after that name.
Yes.
Interesting. Very
yes.
conscious period of time.
Mm-hmm. Heightened consciousness then, and then so in this period, I guess we are slumbering then. Don't answer that.
Be going back.
Yes, yeah. retrograde, yes, indeed. Curfew time, and of course, names like Guy Harewood and so on. All Geddes Granger later became McCandle Dagger. So many soldiers who fought for cause and achieved a lot in that period. Curfew time, Rafiq Shah, LaSalle, and so on. Some of the heroes of that period. So let's go to Curfew Time from Lord Kitchener, arranged by Arthur Decoto. That's another story, right? So one of these days, we must tell the story of Arthur Decoto. Definitely. Right. You should tell that story. Let's go, Curfew Time.
I didn't want to do nothing, I was only just passing when Miss Marilyn tell me come inside. I was influenced by she, so we start to make merry when she suddenly told me, oh Kitchy, please hurry.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew. I should not be cause to remind you.
9 o'clock is the time that they give you. Kitchener, if you should continue.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew.
I say, girl, you pretending, or maybe you just joking to suggest that I am breaking the law. When you call me in doo-doo, you never mention curfew. So let me tell you, honey, don't give me this story.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew. I should not be forced to remind you.
9 o'clock is the time that they give you. Kitchener, if you should continue.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew.
I look at the time creeping, I see it's like 9 coming. I say to myself, let me play me mask. I was truly now feeling life is really worth living when she started to interrupt. Kitch, get up, time to stop.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew. I should not be cause to remind you.
9 o'clock is the time that they give you. Kitchener review should continue.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew.
I decide to stop briefly. The woman just grab hold me and she tell me, "Oi, don't stop at all. Kitchener, you sweet bugger, you could go on forever. Forget this curfew limit, don't stop it, let's break it."
You're breaking the laws of the curfew. I should have the cause to remind you.
9 o'clock is the time that they give you. Kitchener review should continue.
You're breaking the laws of the curfew.
Yes, the year was 1971. The album Curfew Time, title track Curfew Time, Lord Kitchener, Aldwyn Roberts, and one of the many escapades in song from from Kitchener. I tell you, story like that, you know, Zeno.
Yes, this is afternoon, and the rehearsal I was mentioning that there's so many songs Kitch have with these escapades, as you say, with women at all different levels. Many. I would think I probably could find maybe 50,
right,
at least, because they're all over. And,
Yes.
and I mean, the curfew was a big thing, and there were a few songs about the curfew.
Right.
A few different calypsos, but Kitch own is
Yes,
a little different because
He had a
what he
curfew
saw was not
party, I
the. Yeah, he didn't see the problem with the curfew. He can't get to go nowhere and so on. He just see the problem of, the romance.
Yes,
And the
of
fact that he had to leave because it's now 6
Yes.
o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending.
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock, I think, at that time. Yes,
9 o'clock,
at that
yeah.
time. Yeah, 9 o'clock. We're going to another one of those. Well, this time he's not involved in the thing, but he's a bystander as the usual. I hear, I see, somebody tell me. Anyways, 1969, Cokie Broom, Clive Bradley, the arranger, King of the Road, the album, Lord Kitchener, Cokie Broom.
Me neighbor Grace, me she in the body coconut trace. Me neighbor Grace, catch she red-handed coconut trace. Lie down with a gentleman in an awkward position when she see me enter the place. She didn't know where to hide she face. She start bawling, neighbor, neighbor, you must believe me. I come to kill some time here in Diver Day. I done wash my wheels, I ain't clean out brown. So I say I going come down here to make a cocky brown. She said to me, neighbor, don't believe what you say about a gentleman. I merely asked he to lend a hand, but pulling down the corky air, the whole branch just break away. What a calamity! I tumbled down and he fall for me. So, neighbor, neighbor, you must believe me. I come to kill some time here in Diver Day. I done wash my wheels, neighbor, I ain't clean out my room. So, I say I going to come down here to make a cocky brown. I say, neighbor, you sly. In front my face, you telling a lie. You forget I was there watching. I see you smooching and wiggling. She said, good Lord, 200 pounds fall for you. What you expect me to do? Stand the pressure, lie down straight. I had to wiggle to ease the weight. No, neighbor, neighbor, you must believe me. Yeah, I come to kill some time here in Day. I done wash my ears, I ain't clean out my room. So I say I going to come down here to make a cocky brown. I say, neighbor, let's be true. All the guilt is pointing on you. Why come Dabadi when they go Martin full of coconut tree? She say, they go cocky got no strength. All they got is plenty length. And the broom never seemed to last. They been in the center and brought too fast. So, neighbor, neighbor, you must believe me. I come to kill some time here in Dabadi. I don't wash my ears, neighbor, I ain't clean out my room. So I say I going to come down here to make a cocky brown.
Yes, indeed. Cokie Broom.
Yeah, never
See,
once
no?
mentioned that the neighbor was a Bajan, But the accent give it away.
Yes, of course it did.
Yeah.
And of
But you
course,
see, and he's so comfortable in
Good.
that accent there. Even when he did the Jamaican and Jamaican woman, and he did the Grenadian and Grenadian May, and with the other Bajan and Trini, and very comfortable and
yes.
with those
And I
accents.
remember also, I think that Jamaican song. I wonder if it's the one where it was about the Jamaican turkey flying high. That one
Yes.
is what you're
Yeah,
referring to.
well, yeah, I think you have two of them, Jamaican woman and Jamaican turkey flying high. Yes, that's it.
Yes. Yes, I tell you, Lord Kitchener, and of course, you could paint such a good picture that you can see everything that's happening. The woman said, I mean the that 200 pound on you. I mean you must wiggle.
long before lying excuses. And he bites
Exactly.
and behind a hat of wine. Long
Yes.
before. Yeah, well,
Indeed.
what is it?
Lord Kitchener. We going back a bit to 1958, and come in the morning, come in the morning, come back in the morning. Sorry, from 1958. It was a single. The first side, of course, come back in the morning, and Woman in New York. So it was one of those 7-inch. I'm guessing, not 7-inch, one of those single records from 1958. Come back in the morning from Lord Kitchener. Let's do that. And just to remind you, we're here with some help from the National Gas Company. Unstoppable energy. Let's go.
that really bad, but the worst I've met from Trinidad. Make no story in who lives in South. Drink me money and lock me out. Oh, what you think the lady say?
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Go and come back some other day.
Kitch, come back in the morning.
We began the evening in a nightclub, and believe me, she had me for a mug. Gin and brandy was the order, and passed the bill to Kitchener. Oh, what do you think the lady say?
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Go and come back some other day.
Kitch, come back in the morning.
When the liquor went into Doreen's head, this is what she turned and said. Kitch, this is a lovely time. Will you buy me another gin and lime? Oh, what do you think the lady say?
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Go and come back some other day.
Kitch, come back in the morning.
She drank me until my money went. Everything I had was spent. All my money disappeared. I was lucky to find a taxi fare. Oh, what do you think the lady say?
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Go and come back some other day.
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Well, it's then she played a trick on me. After taking her home in a taxi, she banged the door and run inside. Kitch, I thank you for the ride. Oh, what do you think the lady said?
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Go and come back some other day.
Kitch, come back in the morning.
Bongos prominent in that song, and of course the Trinidad harp as well, playing there. I wonder if this was done by Still in Bettencourt. I'm thinking 1958. Yes, it just might be. Come back in the morning, and of course, Kitch on the wrong side this time, like previous times. I think we had some songs with the Irish. I think the Irish fan when he doesn't get the girl at the end of the story. In short, come back in the morning.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh,
But I just like to mention again how often we hear Kitch in this 4-line verse, 2-line chorus.
Yeah.
I'm so comfortable, and I think it's partly because of the situation, a two situation that was what was reigning in the 50s.
Right.
That single tone, and he also had to do that to please his audience in England because they didn't want any long foreign song to them. This is a nice,
I like that.
This nice 4-line, 2-line.
Right. Yeah, and really and the little call and response kind of thing as well inside of there. Really work nice.
Yes, and a large number of Kitchener songs have this call and response. Large number.
And of course the rhythm and the bottle prominent, the bongos, and of course the bottle, which they call I got that from I think it was Macbeth, who said they call that the Trinidad harp.
All right.
The bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Okay, we're going down the line here. So we say, come back in the morning, come back home, my son, from 1963 is where we're going. Another single from Kitchener, and the other side was Dr. Kitch on that record. Let's go to Come Back Home, my son. And this is interesting, Zio, the accent.
All right.
Let's listen to Come Back Home, my son. 21 minutes.
mama. Ay, 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 mama. I want to come home, see you. No money here, no got me fear. So darling, what shall I do? Come along, my boy, everything is changed. You ain't got to be sieged, not about. This is just the time you must come back home. Trinidad is independent now. Me feel so nice, like paradise, to hear such wonderful news. Yes, me mom, before me come, me have to buy one brown shoe. Come along, my boy, everything is changed. You ain't got to be sieged, not to bow. This is just the time you must come back home. Trinidad is independent now. That blessed tile, the land of Isle, a place that no man can scan. It make me glad, oh sweet Trinidad, the country where I was born. Come along, my boy, everything is changed. You ain't got to be sieged, not a bow. This is just the time you must come back home. Trinidad is independent now. We always rich with island pitch and plenty yam and cocoa. We now put heart big like New York. We should be free long ago. Come along, my boy, everything is changed. You ain't got to be sieged, not to bow. I'm telling you. This is just the time you must come back home. Trinidad is independent now.
"1963" and "Come Back Home, My Son," and that accent. Where that from?
Yeah, that one has me.
It's
Fuck. I'm not sure he's trying
it's
to get
baffling.
there.
Yeah?
Well, yes, but it's a post-independence calypso. So he's celebrating the fact that we
Most
independent
definitely 1963.
and
Yeah, and things are better now. We have pitch and oil.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's that hopeful period just after
Yep.
the independence
That
of
produced.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Uh,
And let's take the opportunity, Zeno, to congratulate the people in the music, especially who were honored in the 2020 national awards. People like Crazy, Errol Ince, Stumpy Chapman, and a few others who I can't call to mind. Um, this a couple days back, they received their national awards, and we congratulate them and thank them for their service to the music industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Come Back Home, My Son, from Lord Kitchener, 1963. And let's talk about another son from 1976 in Montreal, it would have been. Art Decoto did the arrangements on the song. And he's none other than our homeboy from South, Paisley Crawford. Crawford is the man from the album Hot and Sweet. It's 26 minutes after now.
Big song with the pants
of 10 o'clock. I didn't hear you last.
Trini jump, Trini wine, Trini rarely had a ball. It is still on their mind. The Olympic in Montreal. Should in case you are not so sure and wonder what they are dancing for. Paisley Crawford just in the goal to put Trinbago on top the world. Who make me squeal as he captured the goal. Paisley Crawford is the man. Who make me feel right on top of the world. Paisley Crawford is the man. Juve morning, we all will be celebrating. Let's get moving, I want you to jump as a man, show that you got. So give him the keys to the whole of the land. Is he Crawford, is he people man? Well, the day of the race, brother, you talk about speed. It was pace, mama pace, all man fighting for the lead. In the inner lane of the track, I can see the colors red, white and black. As they scamper down past the post, Don Query second and Crawford first. Who make me squeal as he kept the pole. Crawford is the man. Who make me feel right on top of the world. Crawford is the man. Juve morning, we all will be celebrating. Let's get moving, I want you to jump as a man, show that you got. So give him the keys to the whole of the land. Is he Crawford, is he people man? Was a day of upset, favorites couldn't shine. Ainsley moved like a jet and had them trailing far behind. While the Yankees were shouting plans, hoping that he may have advance. Our Crawford done win the race with the Russian beaten in third place. Who make me squeal as he kept at the pole. Crawford is the man. Who make me feel right on top of the world. Crawford is the man. Juve morning, we all will be celebrating. Let's get moving, I want to jump as a man, show that you got. So give him the keys to the whole of the land. Is he Crawford, is he people man? Me tail start to wag, I jump on a ball ray as they hoist our flag and the national anthem play. There were applause from everywhere as 80,000 spectators cheer. It was Crawford of Southern lad, had just made history for Trinidad. So who make me squeal as he capture the gold. Who make me feel right on top of the world. Juve morning, we all to be celebrating. Let's get moving, I want you to jump as a man. Yes, give him the keys to the whole of the land. Is he proper, is he the man?
1977 was the year, and of course, when Crawford would have captured the gold in 1976, the Montreal Olympics, and that whole period of the 70s, there would have been saw a lot of international exposure for Trinidad and Tobago, from the netball to the Olympics, then to Miss Universe in 1977. Really, a period of national pride, I think one might say. Yeah, Zeno. You say tail start to wag when you see the hoist the national flag. I tell you, Lord Kitchener, Aldwyn Roberts,
It's a
Grandmaster.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah,
also a popular one for the pan. You know, a lot of pan side, pan orchestras played that for Carnival. Panorama.
Yes. Just to remind you that this is Radio Toko 106.7 FM. This is Kitch at 100. And we're going from A to Z here at Radio Toko. And of course, we're here with some help from the National Gas Company, Unstoppable Energy, and we thank them very much for being with us and giving us the support. And we're going back in a carnival mode, but first we're going back to the year 1951 with Carnival Road March, which was part of a single, and it would have been around the Christmas time. So the other side would have been Jingle Bell Calypso from 1951. But the song that we're dealing with is Carnival Road March from Kitchener. Let's go.
This Trinidad Carnival, them still burning bacchanal. They bring the place like a battle zone. Every day is war with bottle and stone.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
They could fight for 40 years. My bread is buttered with mayonnaise.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
I am not at home to see, but I got the news quite in Germany that Bully and Captain they go sign a pact to wipe out this Tokyo.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
Let them play the hooligan. Kitchener is happy in Great Britain.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
Another big enemy is the band they call in the Tripoli. Red Army give them their bong, they can cross Green Corner to come in down.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
Let them play the hooligan, the Lord is happy in Great Britain.
Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down home.
Invaders and the All-Star, they can't break the Red Army barrier. This year, if they want to fight, they got to use hand grenades and dynamite. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh. Let them play the hooligan. Kitchener is happy in Great Britain. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh. Bobolops and the stallion is who causing this war and rebellion. They got the rhythm, they got the talk, and the charm, the boys with the modern walk. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh. They could fight for 40 years, my bread is buttered with mayonnaise. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh. Broco is another man, only making trouble he cannot stand. He like to hit and run away, and have to call on Teddy and Master Faye. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh. Let them play the hooligan, Kitchener is happy in Great Britain. Beware, Tokyo, beware, Red Army coming down. Oh.
Carnival Road March from the Lord Kitchener, 1951. Zeno.
Right, and a very historical and important historical calypso because it documents those steel band clashes from late 40s to the early 50s. I mean, we know that the most famous of all of these calypsos is the steel band clash from 1954. Documenting that 1950 clash with Tokyo, All Stars, Vespas. There were more than one clash. So very important calypso documented here for those who do the history and need to know.
And then, of course, Kitchener would have had a song in the 60s called Law and Order, that I'm sure, where he was warning again the steel bands about their conduct. He ordered licks in 66 or something like that, I think was one of the lines in the song.
One of the lines, yes. Yeah, definitely. That song is actually in the production of Would Make the Walk.
Okay, great. So we look forward to hearing that and seeing that. Yeah. So we go to 1973, Carnival 73, and it's from the album We Walk 1,000 Miles. The arranger on that album was Art Decoto, Lord Kitchener. And of course, it's 21 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock. It's Kitch A to Z here at Radio Toko 106.7 FM.
Andre, could you repeat the name of the song again?
Yes, we're going to Carnival 73.
I wasn't pleased with the fete, I must admit I regret. Carnival in 72 was really too wet. I had to bear all the strain with all the mud and the rain. Well, I only hope that it doesn't happen again. When the last steel band paraded, which was very brief, everybody breathed a sigh of relief. But 73, we folks is going on a rump. We really planning to jump like a male kangaroo. For you see, we have to enforce a line to compensate for the time that we lose 72. Everybody, all class, making merry, play mass. We go jump in the line, we go roll, we go wine, we go make we back and yeah. Who we're jumping, rolling, who we're rolling, whining. We go make up for all that we lose. This year carnival. And is the talk in the town? You know the news get around. This year them carnival band is 2,000 strong. The fever spreading like ants. The people can't wait to prance. Some of them done had a costume long in advance. Big nose Jean and Crapo Mary boasting openly. We gon' make a jail for them 73. So 73, we folks is going on a romp. Mama, we really planning to jump like a male kangaroo. For you see, we have to enforce a line to compensate for the time that we lose 72.
Everybody, all class, making merry, play man.
We go jump in the line, we go roll, we go wine, we go make we back and yeah.
Who were jumping, rolling, who were rolling, whining.
We go make up for all that we lose.
This year carnival.
And when you come down in south, a different talk going about. Everybody telling you they ain't leaving me out. We only waiting to hear this empty mass declare. Way we longing for this jump is trouble this year. All we want is sun to burn we, let we feel the heat. And it's mambo jumbo on Coffee Street. So 73, we folks is going on a romp. We really planning to jump like a male kangaroo. For you see, we have to enforce a line to compensate for the time that we lose 72.
Everybody, all class, making merry, play man.
We go jump in the line, we go roll, we go wine, we go make we back and yeah.
Who were jumping, rolling, who were rolling, whining.
We go make up for all that we lose.
This year carnival.
To the east, where activities never cease. If I know them people good, they bound to turn beast. Arima say they in that, and they don't joke when they chat. They intend to trample the city flat, 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 flat. If the Carib spirit take them, and they start to sway, man, they put the jump into Ash Wednesday. So 73, we folks is going on a run. Mama, we really planning to jump like a male kangaroo. For you see, we have to enforce a line to compensate for the time that we lose 72.
Everybody, all class, making merry, play man.
We go jump in the line, we go roll, we go wine, we go make we back and yeah.
Who were jumping, rolling, who were rolling, whining.
We go make up for all that we lose.
This year carnival.
Ay, ay, ay. And that is all I was, Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. This is where we are in 2022. This is where we are in 2022. This story we just heard here from Kitchener is where we are in 2022. A taste, because the mass in May in 72, he said it was short. And history repeated itself 50 years on. Are we paying attention? Have we been paying attention to this art form? Look at that story. All yours,
And of course, it's Kitchener's second calypso on that 72 polio kind of thing. Wade Rama, of course, Wade Rama, and then this one is more, even more, not up tempo, but there's a more sense of urgency in it. to celebrate.
Yeah.
Whereas we are more lamenting the fact that the carnival was lost
Right.
and postponed and lost because of the rain. And so the celebration was more muted. This one is open celebration. God, we can make a
Right.
mass carnival set.
As you mentioned that, when he mentioned going down to south, he said once the sun burning, we good. Wow. And it goes to there's that saying, the more things change, the more they remain the same, eh? My goodness. What a calypso. Carnival Century. And it's such a beautiful melody.
Yep.
So we're just on 13 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock. Let's take a message from National Gas and come back with our final song for this evening as we continue going through the C's, the final C song for the evening, and we trust that folks enjoyed it. And of course, we would you can share it with your friends from our YouTube.
Our business is natural gas, but our purpose is energy, and the future of energy is green. After 46 years of creating exceptional value for our people, the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited has a bold new vision to lead TNT into the era of clean energy, an age where solar power, green hydrogen, and biofuels work alongside natural gas to power our nation and our aspirations. We are investing today to build that sustainable tomorrow. With unstoppable energy, we are NGC.
And of course, we are Radio Toco 106.7 FM. This is Kitch A to Z. As we count down through, we go through the discography of Lord Kitchener from A to Z, and of course, we're on the C's this evening. Just to remind you that the Kitchener is on at the NALIS, National Library and Information Service. It started on the 3rd of March, and it goes down to the 19th. And of course, apart from the exhibition with all the artifacts from Lord Kitchener, there's also a discussion to take place on the 19th with the likes of Dr. Rudolph Otley, Pink Panther, also the Mighty Chalk Dust, Dr. Dust, Hollis Liverpool, Dr. Hollis Liverpool as well. So you can go onto their Facebook page and get some more information and be part of the Kitchener exhibition. It's usually on at the Rhinorama Palace, but for this occasion, the 100th anniversary of Kitchener's birth, it's at the NALIS, and why not? Make use of it and go out and see and celebrate Lord Kitchener, the Grandmaster. Yes, and we're going to 1977. Yes, or 79, sorry. Spirit of Carnival was the name of the album, and the music was arranged by Ed Watson. The Carnival is over. And just recently, I put up the version by Maria Alonso a couple of days back.
Oh,
Yes,
Alonso, right.
yes, really, really different kind of Latin kind of taste to her version of the song. I'm, Zeno, what I came across as well. I can't remember the group, but I saw Birth of Ghana performed by another
Oh, yes,
a
I
group.
saw.
Yes,
Yeah.
saw that. Yes, and
I saw.
and we
I
missed
saw
it.
it. Yes.
Because we missed it because that would have been the 6th of March, which would have been a couple of days back. when Ghana became independent. So congratulations to the folks out in Ghana, where Kitchener, of course, had that connection with the prime minister there because they worked in the same nightclub. I think Nkrumah used to manage the one of the nightclubs that Kitchener worked in around this period in Great Britain. Yes, so that's how far and wide the tentacles of Kitch stretched across, and he even influenced the high life musicians at that time. So Kitch might well be the grandmaster, the grand pooper of what is called Afrobeat these days. You know. So we're getting ready to get out of here. Krabby, thanks again for your indulgence and for patience and so on. And we're going to Carnival is
Well,
over.
let me say, Andre, that Carnival is over. Actually, the Calypso, which ends the play.
Right.
At the funeral, there's this very sad song, Carnival, which is a metaphor for Kitchener's life.
Yeah,
It's over.
yes.
So it's a nice way to leave this evening too.
Yes,
Last
as well.
song.
That's why I saved it. I saved it.
Yeah.
I saved it for that purpose as well.
All right.
We're on the same
That was the plan.
on
All
the
right.
same wavelength. Yes. So
Okay.
thanks again. Thanks to Leston Paul
No problem.
as well. Thanks to Ms. Simmons, the director of the Heritage Library, for sharing some information on NALIS with us a little earlier on in the first hour. And of course, to Pink Panther, who was with us. He didn't come back in, probably had a little issue. But we definitely will be back here next Wednesday, God's willing, to bring you some more of Kitchener's music. And of course, the songs beginning with the letter D. We're going alphabetically after all. So here is the arrangements by Ed Watson, 1979. Spirit of Carnival was the album. Carnival is over. Lord Kitchener, Grandmaster, world music pioneer.
The sun is descending, the moon is approaching, and the crowd is gone. It seems like nobody is interested to carry on. Well, this time is like a wooden shack after a storm. Not a band nor a mass is around to perform. All I can see is some broken old bottles so far. An indication the carnival is over. Where is all that music that sounded so terrific I would like to know the sweet, sweet saxophone, the pan and the trombone, and so what is wrong? Like the tourists and all disappear. Not a clown nor a buck can be seen anywhere. Can't hear the sound of a drum or a bass, a guitar. An indication we gonna party go on.
What a beauty of a song to end off our show this evening. Thanks again, Zito. Thanks again.
No problem, no problem.
All the folks who contributed this evening, from Miss Simmons of the Heritage Library to Leston Paul, to Pink Panther, to you again, Zeno, and of course, Krabby. Thank you very much. And special thanks as well to the National Gas Company, Unstoppable Energy, and of course, it's Unstoppable Radio Togo, Unstoppable Kitchener, all the way down to the end of April. Yes, we're celebrating the man. So my name is Andrew Williams. Good night, all. Let's get a little bit of that Remember Kitchener.
Lived a man down in Trinidad, the Lord Kitchener, music superstar. He sang from his heart through his calypsos, and so with his craft, yes, he made us laugh. Some say there was trouble in Arima from the time he left his mother's womb. He made every soul a dreamer when his music stepped into a room. That's why the world will remember Lord Kitchener.